Hey guys, in this video I'm going to be discussing the scientific principle of training, specificity. So basically, what is specificity? So specificity is like how your training relates to your goal. So training for a specific goal, whether that be sports performance, powerlifting, health, bodybuilding goals, even if it's like amateur, like non-professional bodybuilding, like what I mean about non-competitive bodybuilding, that's what I mean. Non-competitive bodybuilding goals, so like guys who train in the gym for hypertrophy. So depending on your goal, what is specificity? So the principle of specificity basically relates back to the SAID principle. So the specific adaptation to imposed demands. So your body and your recovery mechanisms basically adapt to whatever stress you put your body under. So you put your body under a certain type of like metabolic stress, say, the response will be an increase in hypertrophy, or you place yourself under heavy loads and do maximal, like carrying that maximal powerlifting training, say, the specific adaptation would be an increase in like maximal strength capabilities. So your body specifically adapts to whatever stress you put it under. Like basically, you shock your body into that stress. You put your body under that stress, and your body turns around and says, "Look, what can I do to make myself be able to handle that stress better in the future?" And that's where the training process comes in, and that's how you make progress. So your body adapts to that to make that session easier, and that allows you to lift more weight, and that allows you to create further demands and further demand for your body to adapt to that stress. And that's basically how the whole training principle of training works. There are two main elements where specificity comes into play within training. Firstly, in exercise selection. So say for sports guys, your exercise selection must relate to the sport. So say like further away from competitive events, you're going to be using less specific exercise and more variation, and moving to more specific like prior to the event. But in this sense, specificity means the resemblance of the lift or gym movement to the actual sporting movement which is going to be performed. Say if this is powerlifting, your specific movements are squat, bench, dead. Say you're like a jumper or a sprinter, your specific exercises will be the exercises which more closely resemble the movement patterns which you're going to be using. So outside of the context of sports performance, when you're designing training programs for specificity, there's lots of things that you need to take into account basically. Specificity training means training that's going to develop the underlying systems which are responsible for performance. So whether these be energy systems or like certain characteristics of like sporting performance, so that'd be like strength, power, flexibility, that kind of thing. So basically, specificity, you're trying to develop the underlying things which are responsible for the end of your performance. So therefore, in the sport of powerlifting, so you're moving from a less specific to a more specific phase. So the less specific basically would be increasing the cross-sectional area of the muscle, which in the end increases strength overall. And the next specific would be increasing general strength. And then the most specific of all is increasing maximal strength. Like the most specific of all training programs is like the Bulgarian system, where you max out on the lift every single day. So like the squat every day program. Like that's very specific because you're lifting to a 1 rep max all the time. However, it's important to note in the relationship with specificity, you can overdo it, you can be too specific. Like there needs to be enough variability to introduce like a novel stimulus all the time. Like it's the old-fashioned thing of like muscle confusion. Like basically, for maximum specificity, there's no confusion at all. But with loads of variability, there's too much, and it's like the classic just like throwing everything at it. Like there needs to be specificity. You need to be specifically working towards your goals. Like the muscle confusion thing's pretty much a load of rubbish, just chucking random exercises at stuff, unspecific, you're not really target, you don't really know what you're doing, there's no end goal. But like a little bit of variability is important. That's all for today guys, thank you for watching. If you've got any questions, please comment below. Don't forget to like and please subscribe. Out.